Greetings.
I conducted 6 researches on Marvel Rivals players with a total of 600 plus entries. Here is what I found. Also in regards to my voice,
This is what I really sound like. If you prefer that, click here.
could the variables of mood, age, optimism, job or study, competitiveness, or number of siblings be associated with someone's role choice between strategists / supports, vanguards / tanks, or duelists? The statistical analysis was conducted in Jamovi, and the data was stored in Google Sheets. A lot of Google Sheets. Initially, I researched the variables of mood and role pick. Before the start of the match, I asked 150 players. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your current mood / emotional state? Role pick was determined by their chosen heroes throughout the match. I used logistic regression, comparing supports to duelists and tanks. The results indicated that mood significantly predicted role choice, with participants in a better mood being more likely to choose the supportive roles. Some researchers suggest that happier people are more likely to perform generous or supportive actions, and that these actions can, in turn, increase those people's happiness. In-game roles could be reflecting that. Researchers have also linked sadness and depression to aggression. Thus, being in a worse mood could be associated with more aggressive playstyles, such as attack-heavy or frontline roles. Research B, age, and role pick. Through Reddit forums, I asked 70 players their age group along with their 1 to 2 main heroes. A chi-square test indicated that 26 to 39-year-olds were significantly much more likely to choose the role of support or tank instead of duelist when compared to the 18 to 25-year-olds. Prior researches have referred to older people's tendency to often adopt roles centered on supporting or protecting others. Additionally, their careers have higher chances of advancing into more managerial positions, which require more cooperation with others. Lastly, duelist players appeared to have slightly more workers and less students when compared to the other roles. Research C, optimism and role pick. Through Doom match chats and Reddit posts, 140 participants submitted their 1 to 2 main heroes. They also were asked, on a scale from 1 to 10, how optimistic are you? Using logistic regression, I found that optimism significantly predicted role choice, with more optimistic participants being more likely to choose supportive roles. Past researches suggest that optimism is more associated with cooperative tendencies. People with more positive thinking have also been noted to have higher chances of attempting and forming relationships with others. Research D, occupation, study, and role pick. I asked 150 participants gathered through Reddit posts and in-game chats, what is your occupation or what are you studying? And which are your 1 to 2 main heroes? I categorized all of the jobs into their general fields, and then analyze the ones with the most available data. A chi-square test showed that participants in engineering and programming fields were significantly more likely to choose duelist roles. In contrast, those in the fields of healthcare and psychology tended to play more supportive or tank roles. The jobs of engineers and programmers can sometimes focus more on independent methods towards personally assigned problem solving, which is more comparable to a duelist playstyle. While careers in healthcare and psychology are based on helping and understanding others, even a professional of those careers can rarely succeed through purely their own individual effort, similarly to supports and protective tanks, which could explain those associations. Research E1 and 2. Siblings, competitiveness, and role pick. 210 people through in-game chats, Reddit, Discord, and TikTok were asked, how many siblings did you grow up with? And from 1 to 10, how much do you care about performing better than other players? Along with 1 to 2 of their mains, players who played more duelist roles appeared to be more competitive on average. But through One-Way ANOVA, I found that the difference was barely not statistically significant. In my perspective, when playing the role of a duelist, one will often need to fight directly against others, leaving the player with the better aim to have higher chances of winning that duel. That is an inherently more competitive playstyle when compared to a support healing their team or a vanguard protecting it. Players with more siblings tended to score higher in competitiveness, having higher averages consistently. But multiple methods of statistical analysis displayed the difference to not be statistically significant. Some studies have suggested that growing up with siblings can naturally increase competitiveness, as siblings often compete for parental attention and resources. However, living alongside other siblings could also allow a person to become more accustomed to cooperating with others, which could serve as a counteractive factor. To conclude, all roles had a similar average of siblings, with tanks holding a slight lead. In the future, I will be aiming to research the communities and mechanics of more games such as Dark Souls, League of Legends, Fortnite, and others.
I encourage you to subscribe. Thank you for watching this video.